Hello friends, the time has come to pack for our Alaska cruise. First of all, we have to say thank you to all of you because you are the reason we are taking this cruise. Without this YouTube channel, I don't think an Alaska cruise would be anything that would be on our radar, but we're really excited to go and to bring you all along to see what an Alaska cruise is all about. Today I want to share with you what I'm packing as an Alaskan going on an Alaska cruise because I know a little bit about what the weather is like here. I will also share with you what cruise we're going on and why we chose this particular cruise. All right, I got all the luggage out. It's time to get packing. I don't know if we will even need all this luggage, but I just wanted to have options to choose from as I am packing today. We are taking a 7-day cruise from Vancouver, Canada to Whittier, Alaska, using Princess Cruise Lines on the ship called the Majestic. We chose this cruise for a few reasons. One was the dates of the cruise. We are very limited on the timing of when a cruise would work for our family. This cruise is happening in mid-May. That's considered one of their earlier cruises, but that's what worked best for our family because my parents will be in town and able to watch our children, and our kids are still in school, which will make it easier on my parents. They just have to get them to school and be with them in the evenings, but the kids will all still be in school. And that is why we're actually just taking a cruise, Mark and I, and we're not bringing the whole family. We really just wanted to experience cruising on our own the first time, learn the ins and outs of cruising, see if it's something that we enjoy before investing in bringing the entire family along. Plus, this trip is for all of you on YouTube. We plan on vlogging the entire cruise, but we also want to be able to give really good tips for all of you if you plan a cruise in the future. So that is the purpose of this trip. It is going to be a vacation for Mark and I. We are celebrating our 16th wedding anniversary, but we're doing it all with you guys in mind. Hello, Miss Luna. Thank you for coming and saying hello. Another reason we chose this cruise is because we are very excited about the stops that it is making. It is stopping in Ketchikan, Alaska, Juneau, Skagway, and it goes into Glacier Bay. Only 2 boats a day have a permit to go into Glacier Bay. So if glacier viewing is one of the things that's on your Alaska bucket list, you might want to see if your cruise has Glacier Bay on the itinerary. Like I said, we are taking this cruise in mid-May, so my packing might be a little bit different than if you were coming in June or July, but in all honesty, this kind of weather can happen any month of the summer. So if you're coming to Alaska, these tips on packing should apply to everybody. And I will do a follow-up video to this, probably something like 10 things I would make sure I bring on my Alaskan cruise after I've been on the cruise, so I can tell you what things I needed, what things I didn't need to bring along, but I've got some pretty good ideas of what we're gonna need. Yes, Luna. Can you bring a kitty on the cruise? I don't think so. Are you wondering why Mommy has all this luggage out? Do you know that usually means something's going on, huh? Here is round 1 of what I'm packing. I'm sure I'll find other things I need, but I'm going to go through what I've got here on the bed with you. When it comes to dressing for Alaska, the key is layers. It can be 40 degrees Fahrenheit any month of the year. I'm not kidding. So if you ever plan on coming to Alaska, you want to think layers that you can layer up and take off if it does get warm. With that in mind, I'll show you what I'm packing. Number 1 is a dress because we do have to have something nice for dinners. And this is a very easy dress to pack. It doesn't wrinkle. And I am bringing a jean jacket to wear over that, but I also plan on wearing this with other outfits. I'm trying to make sure that things mix and match as I go through these items. So I've got my nice outfit for fancy dinner. Now, Alaskans are not very fancy. Any fancy event you go to, there'll be somebody in blue jeans and there'll be somebody in a tuxedo and somebody in Carhartts in between. So I'm not sure what it's gonna be like on the cruise ship, but that is the Alaskan mentality. We're not very fancy. Next up, I have 2 fleeces. Fleece is a must. When choosing between a cotton sweatshirt and a fleece sweatshirt, I will always choose fleece because if it gets wet, it dries quicker. It also wicks moisture away from your body and keeps you warmer. So a fleece or 2 or 3 is a must for this Alaska cruise. Next up, I have long johns. I do not want to be cold, and if it happens to be cold and windy, I want my long johns on under my other clothes. So I have my Wool-X long johns pants. These fit great under other pants, or I can wear them as leggings on their own because they are not see-through. And then I have my Wool-X shirt. I love these. These are investment pieces that I have purchased. They're super soft, they pack well, and because of the wool, they don't get really stinky. You guys, I just smelled this. It's clean, but they don't get stinky if you sweat in them like some other things might. So I have invested in Wool-X. I will link them down below if you want some good long johns. I highly recommend them. But I also just love my Costco cheap long johns. If we are on an excursion and I know that it's going to be cold, windy, rainy, I will make sure that I have these on underneath everything else just so that I stay nice and cozy. I'm not packing a ton of long johns, but I do want to make sure that I have them along. Now let's talk pants. Yes, 3 pairs of black jogger pants, all from Costco, surprise, surprise, but they are all 3 very different materials. The top one is very lightweight and a slicker material. This one is a mid-weight one and it's got a softer on the inside. And then I have my fleece joggers. This is going to be my staple on the cruise because I know I will be comfortable and I will also be able to layer with these. Can't go wrong with joggers, and I like all these different materials to choose from depending on the weather. I am bringing one nicer pair of black slacks and probably a pair of jeans for nicer meals, but I think for what I like to do, the joggers will be what I wear for most of the trip. Next up, I have my swimming suit. I plan on getting in the hot tub and the pool on the boat, so I wanted to make sure to pack a swimming suit. I think a hot tub sounds really fun. Next up, I am packing workout clothes. I want to make sure that if I decide I want to exercise, I have the gear to exercise. So I am packing workout gear. We plan on doing a lot of eating, so we probably also want to do some walking. Even if it's just walking around the boat, I like to have my workout pants. Those are the most comfortable for doing things like that. So we're packing the workout gear. Next up, I have an array of t-shirts and a nicer shirt for dinners or just what I might want to wear for the day. But in addition to these, I am packing several layering jackets that I can throw on if it's not super cold and I just want a light jacket and don't want to put on my fleece and my down coat. Now, I haven't decided which one of these are going to make the final cut yet, but if the weather is nice, I want to be able to wear a t-shirt and then throw something like this jacket on over it. I've got this one. I've got this camo one. Now, this is not going to keep me warm. If it's really bad weather, these will just stay in my bag, but I feel like these are a fun way to be able to bring things that are good for layering but also look cute. I'm also debating on this vest as an option, but I think having options is important that you can layer on and take off depending on the weather. I feel like the next few items are some of the most important items to bring to Alaska if you want to enjoy your time here, whether you're on a cruise or coming by airplane, you'll want to have these things. A warm jacket. I'm actually bringing my puffy jacket just in case it gets really cold. I want to have it. While I will be packing my regular socks to wear with tennis shoes, wool socks are a must for keeping your feet warm. These are my favorite Costco socks. I also love Smart Wool brand. Don't come without wool socks to keep your feet warm. This may be the most important thing I'm packing, a rain jacket to keep you dry. I also have my rain pants packed just in case. I'm hoping we won't need it, but if you are cruising, you are going to Southeast Alaska, which is some of the rainiest terrain in all of Alaska. Pack your rain gear. And then I'm packing my gloves and hats to keep my head and hands warm. I pack gloves and hats in Alaska 12 months out of the year. Now I'm also bringing my sun hat in hopes that we will have some nice sunny days to sit out on the deck, but I honestly think this is more practical than this. All of these clothes are phase 1 of packing for me. I know that there are some more essentials that we want to have packed for this cruise. I'm gonna get all this stuff packed into my packing cubes and into my bag, and then I'll show you what else we need to pack. My baseball cap got lost underneath that stuff. I never travel without a baseball cap. You know, sometimes you just have a bad hair day and you need to throw on a baseball cap. Especially if it's raining, I like to have a hat on. Should I pack shorts on our Alaska cruise? I think I might throw these in just in case. Maybe if you're coming in June or July, I would definitely pack a pair of shorts. We're going in May. Probably not going to use them, but might want them along if it just happens to be a really nice sunny day. Next up, let's discuss shoes I'm bringing on the cruise. First up, these are going to be my fancier shoes for dinner and just hanging out on the boat. I don't do high heels. If that's your thing, make sure to pack them. Sandals for going to the hot tub and wearing around the room. These are going to be my rain boots for the trip. I think these will be really important because there could be a lot of rain. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring my tennis shoes. Now I've also considered bringing rain boots on this trip. If I checked the 10-day forecast and it said all rain, I would make sure to have rain boots. I think my little short extra tufts are going to be enough for our trip. I will reassess as we get closer to departure, but you do want to have some sort of waterproof shoe. If you're into hiking, I would make sure that you had some waterproof hiking boots. For me, I think my tennis shoes and these little extra tough rain boots will be enough. I pretty much live in these all year in Alaska. If I'm going out to adventure in the snow, I will wear snow boots. But if I'm just like going into a store during the winter, I will wear my extra toughs. So these are the shoes that are getting packed. I'm packing this second bag with all the extras like my shoes. Ooh, a Harry Potter wand. I'll probably wear these on the airplane, but they go in there if they need to. Do you think if you sit there, you're gonna get packed too? Just maybe. You look perfectly aligned with all my stuff. Okay, I have a few more things laid out that I think are gonna be really important on this cruise, including Miss Luna. First thing is a towel. Now, I know we won't need this on the cruise ship, but Mark is planning on doing some free diving when we get to Ketchikan, Alaska. So I'm going to pack a towel for him. And this is one of my favorite geometry towels. They pack up really small. They're very absorbent, and I love them. My friend told me that they do not have a lot of plugs in your room on the cruise ship. So I'm going to be bringing this so that I can charge up my cameras and our phones and things like that. I don't want to be frustrated and need more plugs. So I am going to bring this power strip. I never want to be without a water bottle. So I'm grabbing that. I've got my passport ready to go. Vitamins, any prescriptions. I'm making sure that I refill my migraine medicine before we go so that I have that on the ship just in case. Excuse me, Luna. I do sometimes get motion sickness, so I made sure to stock up on some different things for motion sickness. And I think this is one of the most important things to bring, some binoculars. You want to be able to see the whales and the glaciers. Binoculars are a must on an Alaska cruise. Now, when I booked our cruise, I made sure to get a balcony room for an Alaska cruise because I think so much of it will be watching what's going on outside, especially when we're going through Glacier Bay. So we did upgrade to the balcony room instead of an inside room. My last thing here is a stack of papers. This is for all of our excursions. I also printed off all the restaurants so Mark and I could look over them and decide if we want to go to any special restaurants. And I printed off our hotel information for Vancouver and car rental stuff. I wanted to make sure I had all that paperwork in one place, easy to access, so I didn't have to get on my email and figure those things out once we're on the boat. I also downloaded the Princess app. A lot of the things for Princess Cruises is done on their app. I'm sure other cruises have apps as well. So I've been able to use that to plan a lot of things and find out a lot of information. But if that wasn't available on the app, I made sure to print it out so that I would have it as reference. I think it'll be really helpful. I'm also traveling with my favorite belt bag. I use this every day, but I think it's going to be particularly helpful on the cruise ship, so I'm happy to bring it along. Well, Mark and I just took a few minutes and hashed out our entertainment while on the cruise ship. We got some musicals, we got some magic shows, we got some game shows, and comedians. I think we're going to have some fun. We're also planning out our dinner schedule to go along with our excursions. I'm getting really excited. This is making it feel real. Now I got to go take my boys to the bike park, connect with them before we leave on this cruise, but I'll come back tomorrow and finish packing with you. Well, friends, the last thing for me to pack up is my toiletries. You know, those are very personal to everybody. I did look up that they have shampoo and conditioner on the boat, so Mark doesn't have to pack that. I like to use my special shampoo, so I'll still be bringing my travel size, but I'm getting that packed up. My husband Mark does have some interesting things packed in his bag. He is a free diver, which means he wears a very thick wetsuit and dives down really deep while holding his breath. He is going to go free diving in 2 of our stops on this trip. He loves the ocean, so when I said we were going to be stopping in certain cities, he planned excursions on his own, coordinating with locals, and he is going to do some diving while there. So he has all his diving equipment in one of his bags. Not really your typical thing to be bringing on a cruise ship, but he's packing his flippers and his weights and his suit, and he is gonna have an adventure on 2 of our stops. So that's a little bit unique. Not everybody would be bringing that. Today at Costco, I discovered these ladies travel pants. They're really lightweight and won't like get all wrinkled in the bag. I'm really excited about them, and I'm adding them to my bag, and I'm going to take a pair of pants out that I had. I'm like really excited I found these. They were only like 16 bucks each, which is such a good deal because I wanted something like this and I was going to go to REI and they would have been so much more expensive. So they're cute little capris. I think I'll be wearing them all summer, but I'm glad I found them for this trip. It's the night before our trip. I am packing cameras. GoPros are my favorite camera to use for filming any sort of adventure. I do have a bigger camera here, but it's not very good for vlogging. This one's good for just like videoing around the house, like cooking videos and things like that. These are the cameras I will be taking on the trip. We love GoPros, and this is what I'll be filming my Alaskan adventure on. I highly recommend them. Some of my favorite handles are this handle that floats in water, this handle that is a selfie stick, plus a tripod on the bottom. And the nice thing about most of the new mounts is you just slide the camera off and put it onto a new one. That's what's happening with the one I am filming with right now. And I'm going to show you my favorite mount. This mount right here is what my camera that I'm talking to you on is on. It's got a clamp on the bottom and then this arm. This is the GoPro version, and the pieces on the bottom of it broke. So I just bought a dupe. That is what I'm filming on right now, and I think it's gonna be great. So far, it seems really good. I'm gonna pull the camera off here, show it to you. This one's called Same Top. Very, very similar to the GoPro one. Here's the GoPro one. Here's the same top one. This one was like $16. This one's $50. And when I read the reviews, this bottom piece breaks for just about everybody. So I'm excited to give this one a try. But this is one of my favorite handles that I've ever bought. I put it on the shopping cart. I'll put it on a shelf. I'll put it on the table, whatever I'm filming. So I'm giving this one a try. Very similar. Along with the GoPros, I'm making sure to bring lots of extra batteries and extra SD cards so that I do not run out of room to film. I'm gonna finish getting all my camera gear packed up. We cannot wait to take you on this adventure with us. We are so grateful for each and every one of you that spends time with us here on the channel. We love you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life Cruise Edition. Gotta say goodbye to Miss Luna because we won't have her in a video for a few days, huh?